Last night, the NFL gave us unquestionably the worst halftime show we have ever seen.
You guys see this news anchor, Rob Schmidt, who said that the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime show was the worst one ever? Rob, you're aging yourself. What, you don't remember the 1991 Super Bowl halftime show featuring the New Kids on the Block?
Oh, baby, you're always on my mind.
Now, that was terrible. No, it feels like this is about something else, Rob. What could it be?
A tiny rapper in bell bottoms who 98% of the country has never heard of.
What's the matter with bell bottoms? Lainey Wilson wears bell bottoms. Are you mocking her? And the fact that you've never heard of him, I mean, the Grammy folks have heard of him because he's won 22 of those. The Emmy folks have heard of him because he's won an Emmy too. And in fact, the Pulitzer Prize folks have heard of him because he's won a Pulitzer Prize as well. What have you won, Rob? No, it feels like this is really about something else.
Was allowed to play most of his largely unknown catalog for 20 grueling minutes in front of the entire world.
It was actually just 13 minutes, but maybe you were told there'd be no math. Rob, what are you getting at?
The whole world just sat and wondered why they were watching this. Who is this? Everybody asked.
Maybe the world's greatest tennis player ever, Serena Williams, knew when she danced up there on stage with him. The Grammy people knew when they gave him 7 awards just a week or so ago. No, Rob, this feels like it's about something else.
No matter where you were, nobody had a clue what this was, except maybe 0.5% of the people in this country alone.
I mean, he sold 18 million albums. Several have gone platinum, 5 number ones. And in fact, streams of Not Like Us are up about 430% since the Super Bowl. Rob, what's your real issue?
And for a league so obsessed with diversity as the NFL is, maybe you noticed last night's halftime show was the first ever that we can recall that was fully monochromatic as far as race.
Have you seen some of the halftime shows from Super Bowls past? I mean, they were plenty monochromatic, but there's got to be some reason why you didn't notice back then. You know what, though? I get it. It's 2025. You'd like some representation in your Super Bowl halftime show. It sounds like what you really want is some diversity, equity, and inclusion when it comes to those performances, right?
In true woke fashion, this was done with no apologies whatsoever.
You keep saying woke. I don't think that word means what you think it means, Rob. In fact, the way you keep using it, I think you mean black.
American culture used to not allow such gratuitous racism. Now it applauds it, or at least it did.
So this is Super Bowl 59. Obviously, this was not made for you, Rob. But guess what? There were 58 other halftime shows that were. So maybe, just maybe, you can let the people this was made for enjoy it without having to blow on the loudest dog whistle I've ever heard. But when it's all said and done, Kendrick Lamar had 133 million people tuning in to watch his halftime performance, which is about 1 million for every 1,000 that tuned in to watch your silly little rant the other night. You didn't make a single substantive critique of his message, of the performance, of any of it. No. At the end of the day, the big issue, it seems, Rob, you had a problem with the color of their skin, with the performers on stage, and the fact that they were not like us. Well, not like you.
So what's up, fam? It's your boy Cell CE Double Hockey Sticks. I am going to get into the Super Bowl halftime performance. For the Super Bowl, Philadelphia Eagles versus the Chiefs. This is the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl reaction expression. Definitely, I will need you guys to leave a like in the comment. Subscribe your opinion on whether this was the best or the worst Super Bowl you ever had witnessed. So definitely, to me, I feel like this was the absolute best Super Bowl performance for the woke culture. Believe me or not, this is good for music. This is good for expression. This is good for those who struggle with expressing themselves. You can see right now that Kendrick Lamar has no problem whatsoever expressing the way he feel about music, the way he feel about life, the way he feel about the way things is going. He uses a lot of subliminal messages to get his message across without deliberately hurting a lot of people's feelings. Although there was millions and millions of people who do not believe in the fact that he definitely stepped outside of the box of the ordinary Super Bowl performance. This is a national stage where a man chooses to express himself and express his opinion on what he feel like and what a lot of other Americans feel like. There will be those that support you. There will be those that don't support you. If you support Kendrick, leave me a like in the comment. If you don't support Kendrick, leave me a like in the comment. Describe the way you feel about this video. There's going to be millions of other content creators that definitely explain, self-explain, re-explain what went on in this Super Bowl. People experience the way people felt. But this is my version of the way I feel about the Super Bowl. So we're going to watch certain videos that definitely explain the subliminal messages of his performance. We're going to get other people's reaction, expression based upon the performance. And I am going to leave at the end my final opinion of what I felt.
This is what the Super Bowl halftime show really meant, and it was filled with a lot of dark symbolism and meaning. To the stage, which is shaped as a controller, representing how everything is controlled.
They try to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
As Kendrick performs, he instantly starts to rap about culture divide and the government. They show an American flag, but the flag is divided. Not only that, the people on the flag is doing Masonic hand gesture. This signifies for help in a situation of danger and distress, and we can clearly see Kendrick is always hanging with the people dressed in white, as well as only the people in the inner circle survives. Then see the crowd spelling out the words warning, wrong way, symbolizing the direction that America is going in. Now we also see a hanging man in a light post. This looks exactly like the tarot card of the hanging man, which means surrender and sacrifice, letting go to gain something greater. Kendrick then takes his shots at Drake with his A minor necklace, the flag with the same A minor Serena creep walking on a grave. The stage mimics the GTA cheat code for max health and armor, which is also looking like a prison field, Temple of Solomon layout, and numerologically fits the cube of Saturn perfectly, but whatever, and it ends with the crowd saying game over.
Just, it lacked energy for me. I mean, even from the outfit selection, from the lights, just everything. Even if you're going into Kendrick's world, I would have came out with mustard. That would have been the way you just walk out, pause, to where the crowd was more hype. And if you're gonna diss Drake, do the whole song.
I have a lot of thoughts, and I'll keep it short. Really, with Samuel Jackson being Uncle Sam, him saying, oh, Kendrick, don't do that song. This is too ghetto. This is too loud. And then by obeying Uncle Sam, he switched gears and then went to humble and did what was considered popular for the masses. It wasn't supposed to be, let me just play what everybody wants to hear. It was supposed to be, I'm sending a message. It's Black History Month. I'm on one of the biggest stages of the year, and I'm going to represent Black people. That's what I got from it. And I know, people wanted to hear, I don't know, like, we gonna be all right and different things, but that's why it was like, as he disobeyed Uncle Sam's messages, it kind of took you along to tell a story. So like, that's what Samuel Jackson represented. And, people can argue about what Serena represented, but she is from Compton and she did her thing. I think it tied in a lot of things that if you got it, you got it. If you didn't, you didn't. But I think that represented kind of his music and the culture as a whole. So I think he did a great job, but I don't think it was for everybody, because it's either you understood it or you didn't really vibe with it because it wasn't his popular hits. But I think he took a chance, and I think it was a cool chance to do on one of the biggest stages with all those people.
I'm trying to hear one word that makes sense.
What's he trying to say?
Is all white people. Can you envision how much rage that will cause? I can. But it's a double standard, because this year's Super Bowl had not one white person in it. But it was cool. It was fine. I mean, I personally thought the show was trash, but that's my opinion. And I'm sure that I will get a ton of fucking hate for this video because I'm white and I'm saying this. But you know what? White people can experience racism.
So look at one of my good people in the comment section, because I went to do a quick Google search myself, but somebody already had it down, okay? Your argument would make sense if there weren't multiple counter arguments. 2003, Shania Twain. 2005, Paul McCartney. 2006, The Rolling Stones. 2008, Tom Petty. 2009, Bruce Springsteen. And in the 2010s, I know like Coldplay performed. Also, the first 5 years when the Super Bowl first began in 1967, they finally allowed Ella Fitzgerald to sing at the halftime show in 1972. So we can imagine if it was all white, because it has been, except for the players. And that is what gets me. Over half of the NFL league is black men. Y'all okay with us, black men, us, I'm saying us because, you know, they not like us, we black. Y'all okay with black men potentially getting, what I think is it, TCE or CTE, where their brain be all chopped and screwed? Y'all okay with black people sacrificing their bodies, using their brawn, their strength, and their skills to play the sport, but y'all are not okay with us being the entertainment as far as like singing, which what we do it best anyway? So I don't understand. What are you complaining about? And then to say white people can experience racism, no, y'all can't, you stupid dizzy hoe. And you so unattractive. Ugh, I'm mad I even played your video. But anyways, what y'all think about this? Spread love is the Brooklyn way. Like, you don't want black people in the league? Bitch, you won't have no fucking league. You won't have a Super Bowl without us. Jealous much?
Y'all.
So all I could say is, at the Super Bowl party, all I saw was women's, white women's, black women's enjoying themselves, dancing on the bars, plenty of drinking, plenty of celebration. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so Philadelphia definitely showed up in PA. Everybody with their Philadelphia Eagles jerseys and stuff. One friend was there, he was like, yo, today I'm a Steagle. So if you didn't know, the Steelers and the Eagles used to actually have a joint team. And as far as the Super Bowl halftime show, everyone that I was with enjoyed it.
Know your wealth and express yourself.